Kickstand and off. All right.
Whew.
All right, so now that we're not focused on riding, because that is a big deal, and I do agree with a lot of the people is that we shouldn't moto vlog or dual vlog right now, and that's not what we're doing.
No, that's not. I think that's what they're assuming. And hold on, now that you're saying that really quick, one of the comments that was made, some people heard it as a joke and that's how you meant it, but some others were like, seriously, if that's the whole point of you getting her on a bike, you need to rethink that. Remember when I was talking, I think I fell and I was like, you're not going to put that on, are you, this fall?
Yeah.
And then you had said, yeah, for all the views.
Oh.
That,
yeah, well,
right.
I could see that.
But I knew you were joking.
Yeah.
But at the same time, every time I did fall, yeah, I was anxious and I was nervous. And every time I do up on this, I do mess up, sorry. I don't want people to see it because who wants anybody else to see their mistakes? But then after my anxiety kind of levels out and I'm calm, I'm like, no, I do want it out there. Mm-hmm. And I've told you that behind camera because I do want people to see what a new beginner rider looks like and what they have to go through, because I tried looking it up on YouTube when we were training, and I couldn't find anything.
Well, I'm glad that you're thinking that way because we are getting a ton of good comments.
They are, and
we're getting a lot of people saying, you know, keep going and all that stuff, and it pisses me. It does piss me off when I see the negative ones, but when they're negative about me, I'm fine with it. But once they start getting negative about you, it kind of upsets me a little bit. But for the most part, I mean, I know my training style could be better, but you like it when I talk, and walk you through it, because that's just the way we are. And then you just do it. And then once you tell me like, hey, shut up, then I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to talk anymore.
Whenever you talk and you go off on your rants, I cherry pick what I need at that moment.
Yeah. I think that's what a lot of people do with the videos. Is like, I'll talk and talk and talk, and then what is applicable to them, they get out of it. But the thing is, I can't cherry pick what I say, because if I don't just say everything, then I might not say what you need. And so that's why I talk constantly when I do these videos and when I teach. And then when you're saying, okay, I don't need to know that anymore, I'm done, fine. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll rant and talk about shifting. I didn't talk to you pretty much this whole time about stopping. I mean, we were doing stop and go practice here. This whole time I was just talking about shifting. Yeah. And you still had to stop and all that.
I don't mind you talking a lot. I like you talking a lot. For me, it's like, this is everything I should be knowing, but this is what I need right now, and I'll grab that one.
Yeah. There's some comments in there that are like actual constructive criticism, and they're like, I think this is not working for her, try this.
Oh yeah, one of the guys on there said, just be quiet, and then if she needs your help, she'll say something. Yeah. And that's what I did on this road. I don't know what I asked you about, but I said, okay, so right here, when do I start shifting down? And you're like, you'll see, just wait, we're gonna do it right now.
Yeah. So I like that. But the ones that are saying the bike's too big for you, and somebody said that like because they're mid controls, you can't touch the ground because you're having to put your feet around them. I don't think that person knows how to ride, because you don't put your legs like this when you stop. You just put them right there.
Yeah. So, I don't think I know the bike's not too big for me. She's heavy when she's unbalanced, and I can't pick her up. And yes, I know I've been picking her up wrong, but you and I have already talked about it. We're gonna do that with me. You're gonna teach me how to pick her up better, and then we're gonna get the crash bars in soon.
Yeah, the crash bars will come in 2 days.
And then another thing is how they got pissed at you and called you a mangina for picking up the bike for me.
I know. It's like, well, she's training, and I don't want her to hurt her back, and then we can't train.
And I saw it as, I'm training, and right now is not focusing on picking up the bike. Right now is me stopping and going. And what they didn't see is I've already dropped the bike when you weren't there, and I've picked it up on my own multiple times.
And that's why we got levers, because you dropped the bike when I wasn't there. And you said nothing was wrong with your bike. And I looked at your levers, was like, well, it's bent.
Well, I looked everywhere else except the levers, and so when you showed me the lever, I was like, oh, I did not look there.
Yeah.
Whoops.
But you dropped the bike and you picked it up in the middle of the road, so you know how to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting used to dropping her now, which is a really crappy thing because she's brand new, but I'm glad I got this strong of a bike for me and her versus something else, because then I would feel totally uneasy. In back of my head, if it was a used bike bought from somebody else, I would think anything that's going wrong wasn't me, it was somebody else.
Yeah.
When in reality, it could be me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good thing. I mean, yeah, if it was a used bike and it was messed up somehow, and you're like, man, am I screwing up or is it the bike screwing up?
Yeah.
And right now, it's like, no, the bike's not screwing up. The bike's brand
it's all
fucking
you,
new.
baby. You're the
it's
one
all
messing
you.
up.
You're the one messing up.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm just happy that that you're wanting to ride again, and we're actually. I mean, we went for a ride. That was fun. I had fun.
I'm very happy I'm riding again, and it's none of these comments were going to make me stop riding, but it did make me stop wanting to put them out there for everybody to see. And
the real DDFM crew, the real subscribers and everybody are the ones that support you, and that's what we're doing here. So.
And you know what? Even if they're not part of the DDFM crew, if they are, they're on your channel, whatever, but there's people out there that are commenting that are so freaking kind, and it's the constructive criticism that we can actually use, not the ones that are saying the bike's too big for her, you should have got this. It's like, that's not helpful.
Yeah.
How is that going to help us out now?
We got to take your bike back and get the bike they recommended, but then they're going to say that one's too big, and so we have to take that back.
And the funny thing is they're recommending ones that you and I have already went to the dealership and I sat on, and my feet could not reach for the little one.
Yeah,
my
like the
feet
R3.
just couldn't reach.
Even the Grom couldn't reach. You couldn't reach the ground.
I sat on it and I'm like, nope, I'm tiptoeing here.
Yeah, and this is probably one of the lowest outside the Scout bar. And somebody actually recommended you getting a Scout. And I'm like,
I saw that one.
I want her to get a Scout. It costs a little bit more, but it's also freaking fast. It's as fast as my bike.
I don't want that much power.
But then if I got you that, they're gonna be like, well, you should have gotten the
too
Rebel because
powerful.
it's a 500.
And it's a beginner.
Fucking
Yeah.
shit. All right.
Oh.
All right, let's go home.
Okay.
All right.
Have
Thank you
fun.
guys for being so nice.
Yes, thank you everybody. Anyways, I
Let's
love
go
you.
home. I love you too.
That was fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn everything off.